Hello Aries, how are you? And welcome to Aries season. Finally, we survived Pisces. About an hour ago, the sun moved into Aries. Very nice. You'll feel that change in energy immediately. Today was the first day I woke up, got out of bed, took a shower, got going. Reminder, I am still doing solar return readings. If you are interested, the information is down in the description box. Taking a quick look at the transits for this week. Obviously, Sun moves into Aries today. Yay. Tomorrow, Mercury squares Uranus, which can be like a little aha moment. Like, oh, I hadn't thought of things like that. That could be a clever fix kind of energy. Venus moves into Aries. Very nice that the Sun and Venus are traveling together. Mars trine Saturn on Monday. Very good for making solid, wise decisions. Mercury squares Mars on Wednesday the 24th. Now this is a watch out energy because that's they're wounding words, literally, or wounding thoughts. So you may accidentally say the wrong thing to someone, or someone may accidentally say the wrong thing to you. Remember, it's a momentary energy. No need to get upset. Let it slide. Also because on Thursday, it's my birthday. I know I had said it was the 26th in the last reading, which is very funny because the day after that, I actually wrote on my birthday invitation that my birthday was the 24th. Neither of those are right. My birthday is the 25th, always has been. So shout out to all the birthdays, but shout out to my birthday twins out there. And then on Friday, the Sun conjuncts Venus, which is lovely. As I said, between the 21st and the 26th, the Sun and Venus are traveling together. And that is a really lovely energy. It means we are very attractive to other people right now. And that our creativity, our passion, our sensuality, our love of Venusian things is accentuated. And then on the 28th, there is a full moon in Libra, and we'll be looking at that more next week. I'm going to do 3 lives. So last year I did card pulls, I wrote up a card pull for each person, and it was just way too much energy. So I'm going to do 3 lives this season, and I'll do them on different time zones. So hopefully everyone will find one that works for them. And I'll do live card pulls. I won't do a reading, only card pulls for, we'll do overall energy, love, and money. So keep an eye out for that. I'll be posting the dates on the community board. And I will not be doing readings off of those. So please make it to the lives if you want me to pull some cards for you. And we'll do that as a sort of Aries birthday celebration. Anyway, let's get started with the reading. Can I get the overall energy for Aries week of March 20th? Quest. Okay, so this is making inroads. The quote about this chart is about this card is really the path rising up to meet you. And some people, the story in this is that the woman is like, oh, I don't know, should I do this or should I do that? And the idea is not to wait and decide, move, keep walking. As you walk, the path becomes clearer. And this, I have to say, for me, that is absolutely valid. It's as you're going, the clues that you need to keep going come along. So don't stand still and wait for answers to come to you. They will find you as you walk your path. And you realize that as you're walking the path, it's the path you're meant to be on. So you don't have to decide it rationally or logically before you start moving. Just start moving and things will start to become clear. Especially because that nice energy, like I said, on tomorrow with the Mercury sextiling Uranus and then the Mars trining Saturn, that's really good for really putting down roots. Now let's see the challenge energy. What is Aries challenge energy for the week of March 20th, please? slowing down. Right, because so I know some of you wrote me that you have had like a burst of energy in Pisces season. I personally was KO for the entire month. I finally feel better. But one of the challenges, this is the Knight of Pentacles. So one of the challenges that we can be feeling is that things don't feel like they're moving fast enough. We're concerned that we're not moving fast enough, or we've been moving so fast that we're having a hard time slowing down. But there's certainly an area of the speed at which things are happening that can prove to be a challenge for us, either in the direction of happening too fast or happening too slow. And you know, because it's like, there's the whole, what's it, the turtle and the hare, right? That the hare is like, I'm going to beat you. And of course, as Aries, we identify with the hare. Like, why would we want to be the turtle? But of course, the turtle wins. And so the idea of running that race, right? And this quest card coming up, you may feel like your path isn't unfolding as quickly as you like, or you may feel like you're not on the right path because you are not seeing results. You may actually stop, right? You may become the which is what the hare does, right? Runs ahead and then stops, or like gets distracted by something else. And so what this combination of cards here really says to me is, slow and steady wins the race. Stick to the path you're on, right? Don't start deviating or rethinking or saying, oh shoot, maybe I should have done the other thing. The answers will become clear as you move forward. Now, let's get the lesson. Okay, can I get the lesson for Aries for the week of March 20th? Okay, yes, so Lady Portia, and the card is Divine Order, and it says, do what you feel is right. An important lesson is unfolding. Interesting. So like I said, as you walk the path, the answers come to you. They find you. You don't even have, it's not a time where you have to necessarily seek the answers. I know we had those messages come up in the past that, you know, it's time to reevaluate or look at things. Right now, it looks to me like keep moving forward with what you're doing at a proper pace. Don't need to rush. Don't need to go too slow. But if you follow your gut, right? And just keep putting one step in front of the other, the answers are going to rise up to show you what the whole point is. Where's my deck? Oh, here it is. Still a little residual Pisces energy there. I guess Mercury is still in Pisces, isn't it? Oof. I have that natally too, and it's funny. It's forgetful, intuitive but forgetful. All right, let's get. Can I get one more card for Aries for the end of week 20, March 20th? One card for the end of. Oh, God. One card for the energy. Okay. This is an unusual one. So here we have the home card, right? Feeling solid, feeling at home, maybe even being confined to the home, as I am. Or seeking home, right? Like, what is home for me? And then there's this odd card here, which is this sad embrace. Now, let me take a look at it. It kind of came out like halfway. Let's see what this one has to say. Okay, you may be entering into a period where loss is a theme. Perhaps you're having to let go of a long-cherished dream. If so, take heart, for this ending may have been for your highest good. A better and more powerful dream will be realized in your life if you can accept the loss. Relationships based on faulty foundations are meant to end at this time. Disappointment is a form of perception. If your expectations weren't met, a sense of loss arises along with sadness and grief. Express these emotions. Tears are like healing rain that can restore life to a parched inner landscape. Growth is always assured. Whatever the loss, however great it is, let go and experience your feelings so that you may soon see what beauty lies ahead. And I'm also going to read the reversed because, like I said, it came up halfway. So I think maybe some people will resonate with that one and others will resonate with this one. Are you suffering over your suffering? Do you feel that life is treating you unfairly and that you've been robbed or deprived of what you're entitled to? Do you long for a love that eludes you or the success that has been bestowed upon others? Righteous anger and a sense of entitlement lead to a trap of ego. Your suffering and loss will pass if you let them. If you hold on to your perception of unfairness, then you'll find yourself in its tight grip, unable to breathe freely. The only solution is to drop your victim stance and embrace the sadness so that it may dissipate naturally in time. Trials and tribulations build character, which is its own gift. Find something to be grateful for and take responsibility for your part in all matters. However painful it may be to sit with your sadness, remember that you are loved and will not be left adrift forever. Have faith, for this too shall pass. You are not a victim, only a traveler on a hero's journey. It's okay to be disappointed for now, but know that someday you'll look back and see great value in this experience. And so I want to say two things here. The first is that obviously there's a full moon in Libra next week on the 28th. Libra is our opposite sign, so that's we are the I and Libra is the we. So some of us may be walking away from relationships. Ooh, interesting. Both nines here, huh? Okay, so there's a closing of a cycle that happens this week, probably culminating at that full moon, which is on the 27th, 28th, and there's the 27th, right? And so there may be, and there's that full moon. So there may be some loss this week of relationships, of partnerships, of other people, interactions. If that's the case, they're coming to a close. It's the end of their cycle. You know, people come into our lives for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. Their season, whatever goes away from us right now, is coming to an end. And they play a part in our path. Now, I was writing to somebody this morning that I'd had a reading with about a realization, talking about wounds, right? And the things that happen to us as children, the things that happen to us along the way, and the wounds that we carry throughout our entire existence. And the longer we hold on to them as wounds and allow them to be a source of pain, the longer we choose to stay in that space, right? There's a Buddhist saying, I know I'm going to botch it completely, but it's like, unless it's actually, you know, the thought of the pain is you wounded, allowing that wound to hurt you all over again. So keeping it alive. And one of the ways that I personally have found to transmutate the wounded energy from the past is to put it into service. Meaning that if you had some, let's take banally an interaction with a narcissist, right? And as long as we say, I was his victim or her victim, and you know, they're evil and they've ruined my life and I'll emotionally never be the same again. That's a lot of power to give to the other person. Now, this is not to negate what happened to you. The wound is there. It's left a scar. That's normal, acceptable. I mean, it's part of life. Unfortunately, none of us get out unscathed. But to continue to allow the other person to be an energetic captor to you, or, you know, hold you hostage energetically, is to choose to stay in that space. Though I found two ways of getting rid of that energy. The first is to accept responsibility. I myself was in a narcissistic situation, and I went on for months and months and months saying what a dick the guy was and how he was evil and this and that and the other thing. And then one day I was on my balcony and I was like, you know what? Like I knew that he was treating me poorly. I knew that this was happening. I knew that there was probably other people. I knew this, I knew that. I just didn't want to have to deal with it. I didn't want to have to face it because it meant a lot of other things. It meant that I had to start working on my own project. It meant that I had to do this. It meant that, it was like, I didn't want to have to deal with the consequences because actually staying in the hurt space was more comfortable than what came after. And so as soon as I admitted that I had a role in it, I felt more powerful automatically. The second thing is to turn it into, I don't want to say gift, but a gift towards others. When I started writing about my experiences on narcissism, started teaching other women how to recognize symptoms or offering that, the energy went away from the wound and it became something that was necessary for me to live through in order to be able to be of assistance to other people. So I know that was a very long diatribe there in the middle of everything, but that's how I feel that these two things are connected here, right? The important lesson is unfolding. Whatever it is that needs to go away, be careful, of course, accept and deal with your emotions and face them but don't hold on to them, right? Because you can accidentally train your brain to stay in this space far longer than is good for you. In some cases, depression is a habit of thinking, right? It's just because we start thinking we're depressed, and so we only pay attention to the things that make us depressed. Again, this is neuroscience. It's called a mood congruent bias. You pay only attention to things that match your mood. So if you're depressed, you are more attentive to sad things or to the things that hurt you, to the things that make you sad. And we end up, the brain rewires itself to help you think those thoughts faster and easier. And so depression ends up becoming a consequence of a rewiring of your brain from a negative thought pattern. So do not hold on to the pain. Let it go. And let it go is one of those things you're like, great, how? How is to A, accept responsibility, take your power back, call your energy back, and B, find a way to flip the experience into something that's useful. Useful to others, useful to you. Okay, let me move on. Sorry. 3 cards here, please, for the week of March 20th. Four of Wands. Homecoming, celebration. Homecoming, celebration. 2 more cards, please. This one wants to come out here. King of Wands. Lots of fire energy here. And of course it had to fall. And 3 of Wands. Okay, so only fire energy. So nice, because we're in our element, right? There may be this loss here. Like I said, it kind of sticks out. It sticks out, these 2 9s here, but the energy is very positive at the end of the day. Right? We have the 3 of Wands, we have the 4 of Wands, we have the King of Wands. So really coming into like a very strong fire energy. And kind of a mix between coming home to oneself, like also coming back to the Aries season. This is that energy, feeling like finally I have something to celebrate. And also like waiting for ships to come in. And then if we add this wand that's here, we have got the 2 4s. So this to me says it's really about stepping into the power, right? Not allowing this energy or using this energy that you feel here, this sadness that maybe some of us have been carrying with us, or this sense of weakness, or that things are not what they should be, and literally shaking it off and stepping into this energy. So I know, when we deal with clinical depression, you can't just say like snap out of it. But what I would advise is anyone who has been blue, literally, do your best, like find reasons to celebrate, count the blessings that you are expecting to come in, step in to find a way to pull up that King of Wands energy, so this can start to like be banished a little bit, and it may be moving a little bit slower than we like, but as I said, the answers come as you walk. But for anyone who's sort of like stuck here, it's push forward, keep going, find things to be happy about, find things that light you up, find things that bring you fire. This is very much moving out of a Pisces energy and into an Aries energy. Like I would put that there almost. So really do your best to embrace the new fire that's coming in, so we don't stay too long in this watery energy here. Now let me get a piece of advice for you. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do, no, I'm going to just do one. It's already long. And here again, divine order, slowing down, like I said, step by step, one things at a time. But move forward. Don't get stuck. Don't get stuck in Pisces season. There's so much more to be happy about in Aries season. We've come home. And this kind of builds off that just do it reading last week. Sometimes that's literally all you have to do, because you can get stuck. Like I said, you can get stuck here. Just get out of bed. Just take the next step. Just do that one thing that feels like a lot. Okay, Divine Rebel. Did this come out last week too? I know I read it for someone this week. So Kuan Yin, Ascended Master Kuan Yin, the Divine Rebel. I feel like we get this a long time. That's an 11. So it says here, we bring you the blessing of the Divine Rebel. Divine rebels shake things up, create a divine disturbance, and refuse to play by the rules. They do this because they love divine love. They know there is nothing as powerful as the unconditional love of the divine. It will have its way in the world, in the hearts of all living beings. It will not be tamed, controlled, restricted, or denied. If there is a rule that gets in the way of that love, then the divine rebel will find another way so that love can have its way. The divine rebel in you is not meant to do things the way others say you should. Some people may become frustrated with you because they won't know why you have to stand up and speak your truth. That's okay. Divine rebels are not always understood, but they are respected by those who are ready to make love more important than fear, and who are willing to contribute constructively towards healing the world. And this is kind of what I was talking about beforehand, right? Using whatever it is that's got you feeling like this as something that's divinely constructive to light your fire, actually make you feel I guess the question is, how do we use the sadness as a source to light our fire? And that's, they negate each other because the one is water and one is fire. But how do we heat up this fire to heat up this water to turn it into vapor so that it evaporates into the universe, right? So really use this energy. Anyone who's like kind of stuck in the blue, use this fire energy to let this burn off. And the rest of us, keep at it, keep walking your path, one step in front of the other. Don't worry about how, quickly or slow things are moving. Just take one step at a time. Sticking with your gut, right? These two talk to each other. Divine order, divine rebel. The way you have been given to do things is the way that's right for you. So don't worry if it doesn't match what other people expect. That's exactly why you're here, to do it in a way that's different than people expect. Okay, hope this was helpful. Happy birthday to all this week's Aries, and I will talk to you next week. Take care.